So we get underway with our final race of the 2023 Rotax Max Challenge Golden Trophy. It's DD2 Masters. And here is your starting grid. Pole position, it's Yannick Nielsen, and he'll be joined on the front row by his Danish countryman, Nikolai Christensen. Luca Filipponi from Belgium and Igor Mukin from Cyprus will round out row number 2. Bastian Karpov from Germany and his countryman Lennart Schreiber will comprise of row number 3. Wim Rouleau, Jonathan Wimont, they complete row 4, representing Belgium and France. Dimo Francesco from Switzerland, Camille Kubera from the Czech Republic, and S.H. Moon from South Korea rounds out the 11-strong grid. Oh, and dramas for S.H. Moon from South Korea, unfortunately, has ended up going off of turn number 3 and is not going to take any further part in the weekend. A real shame, having travelled all this way to come and compete here at the Home of Champions. So we'll have 10 drivers battling over the next 10 minutes plus an additional lap, 14 minutes plus an additional lap. A lot of love in the chat for Baz Lammers. Thanks to our Italian contingent that have been watching along. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. And thank you, everyone that has been watching over the course of the past couple of days here on the B&L Karting Series YouTube channel, live and direct from Karting Genk in the Limburg region of Belgium. So, one last race, one last hurrah. The red lights are on the starting gantry. The drivers line up as they head into the tram lines. Revs rise, noise increases, lights are out for the final time this weekend. And a good start by our pole sitter, Yannick Nielsen, who leads the field. Luca Filipponi, gets spun around whilst trying to go up the inside of Nikolai Christensen. And as a direct correlation, Lennart Schreiber trying to move the cart by throttle input and not quite working out from the man from Germany. And there is more dramas there. Camille Kubera has broken down, possibly. Now, where on earth is that? Well, Camille Kubera managed to get the cart going again. That was coming out of turn 3, or maybe turn 4, I believe. As, more dramas there. That's the 503. Igor Mukin getting caught out of turn number 11. Might have hit, not too sure what the driver representing Cyprus has just done. If that is the fact he's chanced at going onto slick tyres, judging by Baz Lammers' performance in the DD2 final. So with 12.5 minutes still to go in this race, Yannick Nielsen does lead the way by just over 2.4 seconds ahead of Nikolai Christensen. Jonathan Wimont in 3rd place ahead of Dino Francesco, Bastian Karpov, and quite surprising that Luca Filipponi has ended up down in, I think that is going to be 7th position for the Belgian. So the sunlight starting to lower down here at the Home of Champions. The dry line very much apparent. There's Jonathan Wimont in the 560. All dramas there. That's Luca Filipponi. Oh, dearie me, has come off worse coming out of turn number 3. And who is that with him? Oh, that's the 590, Di Monotto Francesco from Switzerland, pushing the kart unassisted back onto the circuit. Oh, I thought the dramas had concluded in DD2, and then DD2 Masters come along and go, right, let's give the commentators something to talk about. Well, that's exactly what you've done. But Yannick Nielsen is not the quickest driver out there. Well, he's the quickest driver out there at the minute. So best lap time from him so far has been a 58.962. That was on lap 2 of the race. We have 10.5 minutes still to go, plus an additional lap. So Luca Filipponi out, SH Moon out. Oh, right, mistake there out of turn 9 by Yannick Nielsen. Well, would you believe it? He just threw away a 1.7 second lead. And I think it's probably going to be probably the best part of the 3-second pendulum swing in the favour of Nikolai Christensen. So Christensen leads after lap 4. And 3.2 seconds that Yannick Nielsen has just lost as a result of that mistake out of turn number 9. Jonathan Wimore in the 5.60 is in 3rd. Bastian Karpov is in 4th, so out on the first lap, well, before we even got started. SH Moon, Luca Filipponi is on the sidelines, I'm afraid, out on lap number 2. There we have the 5.90, that is Di Monotto Francesco from Switzerland making his way through into turn 12. And is ahead of the 5.99, that's Camille Kubera, who had some technical dramas a little bit earlier on. So that's the change now for 8th place. So 2 confirmed retirements out of 11. Nikolai Christensen starting to expand that lead. Bastian Karpov just puts in the fastest lap of the race on lap number 4, 57.946. And Wim Rouleau from Belgium rounding out the top 5 at the moment. Just did a 1 minute 4.919. Lennart Schreiber trying to close that gap in. And thank you very much, Tom Arnold, for being part of the YouTube conversation all the way through the day. It's been a pleasure having you along with us, along with everybody else that has been part and parcel of the last couple of days. We are getting towards the final checkered flag after 36 races in around 7 minutes and 45 seconds, plus an additional lap here at the Home of Champions. It's been a real pleasure for us here at the circuit with 224 drivers from 29 different nations, and a couple of the 224 drivers that will be heading to the grand finals in around 35 days' time in Bahrain. And, well, Yannick Nielsen and Nikolai Christensen have just put a lap on both Camille Kubera and Di Monotto Francesco. So that's lap 7 in the books, as Notto Francesco might have just parked it into the pit lane. So that will, well, I thought he was parking in the pit lane. At that point, has just gone past the start-finish straight. Sometimes that does quite happen on the odd occasion. But there is Yannick Nielsen, who's closing that gap and has done a quicker lap time to the tune of nearly 1.2 seconds in comparison with our race leader, Nikolai Christensen. So it is the battle of the RS Competition Brigade up front, as Yannick Nielsen has clawed that gap back. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race of a 57.309 and chopped the gap down to what is now 7/10. So still we have nine out of the 11 drivers that started this race nearly 9 minutes ago still running. But it is it's the Robert Schlunsen and the RSC. Oh, what happened there, Nikolai Christensen? Did you just make a bit of a boo-boo going through into turn number 3? I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on because mistakes are being made. I haven't seen Nikolai Christensen make any errors. And so what I've seen just from a few seconds ago, that Christensen went on the brakes, hit the curb, it pitched the kart sideways. He tried to boot the throttle coming out of turn 3, and it didn't quite work out. He was sideways. A bit further back, though. Here's Igor Mukin and the 554 of Wim Rouleau. That is a change for position. That's 5th. So Igor Mukin managing to get through. There is Jonathan Wimore, who's about 11.7 seconds behind Nikolai Christensen, who made a bit of an error on his own misjudgment, I think. Even these curbs, despite the track drying out here at Karting Genk, the curbs are going to be very, very slippery. If you make one wrong move, as we saw with Nikolai Christensen, he turned it in, the left front tyre got caught on the curbing, he went to then press the throttle down, and I think maybe a little bit too much throttle from Christensen meant that he would spin that kart around, and that, he nearly spun the kart around. He ended up going sideways. So that just goes to show it is never, ever easy. So Yannick Nielsen has a lead of 2.2 seconds. And Wimore, normally I've seen him on either a red speed chassis, a little bit further back, well, picture in picture. That is going to be a change, I think, again, as Lennart Schreiber has got past, Wim Rouleau in the 554, so that is going to be a change for 6th position. So Lennart Schreiber has now got a 3.3 second differential to claw back in the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds, plus one additional tour of this 1,360-metre circuit. There's Bastien Karpov, who is closing in on the 560 Sodi kart of Jonathan Wimore from France. Nielsen is pulling away from Christensen in terms of the lead of the race so far, but we are coming down to the final couple of minutes of the race weekend. Mistake from Wimore, and through goes Bastien Karpov to take 3rd position and flies his way through turn number 5. So not that far away from getting the final checkered flag of the weekend being shown on the start-finish straight. But Yannick Nielsen with the lovely checkered flag style-inspired livery on the main body of it. He looks over his right shoulder. Nikolai Christensen is wondering, who on earth is that in front of me? Well, it could be possibly it could be Wim Houlot, possibly. They are a lap down, and Camilo Kubera is about to get a fright. Well, he pulls over to the right-hand side, out of turn 9, and stays out of Yannick Nielsen's way. So we come down to what will be the final 2 laps of the 2023 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Festival and Golden Trophy here at the Home of Champions as Yannick Nielsen comes across the line. Camilo Kubera, again, just trying to keep out of everybody else's way at the moment. There is Nikolai Christensen, who was leading at one point before the moment through turn 3, caught him out, and then gave Yannick Nielsen the opportunity to sprint into the distance. As Yannick Nielsen makes his way out of what will be turn 12 for the 15th and penultimate time as we go on to the 16th lap of this race, the final lap of this race, and also the final lap of the race weekend here at the Home of Champions, Karting Genk. He has a lead of 2.652 seconds. Third position, Bastian Karpov is a further 13.5 seconds back. Jonathan Wimore in 4th. Wim Houlot in 7th. Dimonocho Francesco and Camilo Kubera bring up the last 3 positions in the field. Igor Mukin and Lennart Schreiber, they are going to be battling over 5th because they are only half a second apart. Yannick Nielsen makes his way out of turn 9 for the last time as the floodlights are being shown up around the circuit here at Karting Genk. But one more champion to crown, and it's going to go to Denmark as Yannick Nielsen becomes your 2023 Rotax Max Challenge Golden Trophy DD2 Masters champion, and wins ahead of countryman Nikolai Christensen by just over 2.2 seconds at the end of 16 laps. So drivers coming across the line. Wim Houlot takes 7th. Bastian Karpov rounds out the top 3 representing Germany. Jonathan Wimore in 4th. And who's going to be the best of the rest in terms of 5th position? And sportsmanship, as always, between the Danes. Igor Mukin and Lennart Schreiber, the last time I saw, were covered by just over 1/10 of a second. And it is going to be Igor Mukin that might win the battle for 5th position because they're coming out of the final corner. Igor Mukin representing Cyprus and Lennart Schreiber representing Germany rounds out the top 6. And there is your DD2 Masters Golden Trophy champion, Yannick Nielsen from Denmark, winning by 2.2 seconds. Great to see the smiles and the sportsmanship and the post-race chatter between Nikolai Christensen on the right and Yannick Nielsen, our DD2 Masters Golden Trophy champion. We've got quite a few thank yous. We've got the likes of Martin, Hans, Mike, Daniel, Steffi, Paul, Adri, Björn, Francois, Janine, Liam, Vera, Willie, Nicole, Francis, Theo down on the pre-grid. We've got Margaret, Peter, Patsy, Philip, Lilia, Mathieu, Dion, well, we would have Dion and Ludo with us. Philip, Jeremy, Anthony, Mario, Lara and Jan, Victor, Max, Nadine, Jean, Hoodie, all the team at Team MKG, Jean-Pierre on the Jeep, AMS and our Dr. Guy helping us out as our local doctor, Team Red, the medical team, along with Brenda, Mike, Dave, who have been our organisers. Guys, thank you very much. And a big thank you to everyone that has been part of this year's Golden Trophy and Grand Festival. 224 drivers from 29 different nations. We've had trials, tribulations, we've had differing weather conditions, but we all got through it. For those wondering, the podium celebrations will take place down by the grandstand at 5:15 this afternoon. On behalf of everybody here at Karting Gang and the team at the B&L Karting Series, we will see you in 2024. We want to wish everyone that is going to the Bahrain International Karting Circuit between December the 2nd and the 9th this year the very, very best of luck. My name's Alex Goldschmidt, the official commentator for the event, wishing you a very good evening and take care. See you all soon. Goodbye.